All right, Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone of peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach with the Great Millstone National Camp. Coming back with a quick lesson. This lesson will be entitled The Wheat and the Tares. All right, going right into it. I believe this officer Tatum nigga, Brandon Tatum nigga, is a tear. All right, he looks like an Israelite, which you know that the Israelites are so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. And of course, you got Israelites that's going to look like this so-called white man over here on this side of the screen, you know, or on this other side of the photo, you know, because we've been scattered. So vice versa, you also have the heathen. You know, they've scattered their seed amongst, you know, our people, and you got you got people that look like Israelites, but they're not Israelites. So that's what this is going into. Let me get a sip of my coffee. All right, going right into it. Officer Tatum had a lot of he has white supremacist talking points, or he thinks like a white supremacist, and he's really worse than an actual white supremacist. Now, I mean, he could be a nigga, actual nigga, you know, he could be a Jake, but in my spirit, I just believe that he's an Edomite. All right, he's worse than Uncle Ruckus off of the Boondocks. And so let's go right into it. I'm gonna get Matthew. And it says the parable of the tares, started 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, and this interview right here that's posted, I mean, this shit was, you know, pretty rough, the shit that he was saying. Basically, when it comes to the Nolan Wells case, he's saying that, you know, the boys are innocent. You know, Wyatt warned all them that they innocent. Just straight up. You know, he's for them. You know, he said that the parents or Ben Crump is just trying to grab up some money from this. You know, he said a whole bunch of shit. You know, hell, even you know, so-called white people, they getting on this nigga. But he's worse than the white supremacists. Anyway, the parable of the tares, Matthew 13:24, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together into the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundle to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barns. So when he said gather my wheat into the barns is a place of safety. You see what happened to the tares? They were gathered up by the reapers, and the reapers, that goes to the angels. You know, they're going to get burned up, and that's what's getting ready to happen. Salaki. So when the Lord returns, that's what's going to happen. Like how the Lord said, he going to separate the sheep from the goat. The goat are the other nations, you know, the Edomites, so on and so forth. Hell, the wicked 2/3. But the sheep are, you know, the 144,000, the 1/3, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. So when you go right here in verse 36, Matthew 13:36, starting at 36, it says, Tears explain. It says, Then Yahushua sent a multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. And he answered and said unto them, He that soweth good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, which are the Israelites. But the tares are the children of the wicked. The children of the wicked are the Edomites. Now, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find something real quick. All right. So, where is it at? Salaki, give me 1 second. Let's get this. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. So the wicked ones that sow seed are literally, the Edomites. They're the wicked, the children of the wicked. You got three classifications of man: the sons of God, or the sons of man. The sons of God, the children of man, and then the children of the wicked. The children of the wicked are literally the Edomites. All right. So they're the wicked one. And like I stated, you got other heathen that sow seed also, which they're going to be rooted up and destroyed in the time of the harvest, which the harvest is right around the corner. We're going to get a little bit of that. Matthew 13:39, it says, The enemy that sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. And that's what we're coming into. It says, As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be at the end of this world. And this world going into the age of Esau, Edom. Like how it says in that second Ezra 6, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning. The children of the kingdom. But the tares are going to be destroyed on this side. All right. Give me 1 second. So the angels, they're gonna be the ones to do the reaping, because they know who's an Israelite, who's not an Israelite. They know all that. Matthew, some of this chapter is ripped. Damn. Yeah, this chapter is kind of ripped, so just bear with me. All right, so we're gonna start it. Damn, I wish it wasn't ripped. Shoot. Give me 1 second. Get another Bible real quick, since that one's ripped. Give me 1 second. It's like that one section is ripped. 1 second. All right. So Revelation 14, and I'm gonna start at, was it 15 or 14? I think I'm gonna start at 14. Yeah, 14. It says, And when I looked and beheld a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And so this is Yahushua. All right, that white cloud is a chariot, so-called UFO. It says, and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrusting thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrusting his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And that's literally what's getting ready to happen. You know, you won't hear this in Christianity. They don't understand this. It says, verse 17, and another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. Salakia. Give me 1 second. Verse 18, it says, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in that sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And also, too, this is going into, I keep reading. It says, and the angel thrusting his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And you know what this goes to? That's what I was going to say. This goes into what's getting ready to happen to here in America, Isaiah 63, dealing with Esau, Edom. I was just about to go into this. I just want to keep reading because it's going to explain for you. It's telling you the precept. So Isaiah 63, verse 1, starting at verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Those dyed garments from being in the winepress, right? Like how I was saying in Revelation 14. It says, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. This is the Lord. This is the one who they call Jesus that's going to do this. This don't sound friendly when you try on something, like when a person is making wine and he's stomping on grapes. Come on now. It says, I lost my place. Yeah, there was none with me, for I would tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of and the year of my redeem is come to redeem who? The Israelites. And then too, he said, right up in the same verse, for the day of vengeance is in my heart. Well, let's tie that in with something. You think you're gonna be able to stop the Lord when he's doing this? We're gonna see. Where is it at? Right here, Isaiah. Select it. 47. Let's start at 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Right? So the shame of the so-called white race is being seen. It says, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So Isaiah 47 goes into it goes into daughter of Babylon, which is synonymous with the Edomites. Ur is the actual land of Iraq. But you have ancient Babylon, you have the daughter of Babylon. You have another city in the future that's just like into ancient Babylon. but it's going to be in the west. That's America, where the Edomites rule. So the Lord ain't going to come back as a man. That's how he's going to be able to do this sacrifice with you. You know what I'm saying? Or sacrifice you, because the Edomites, Isaiah 63 is going into you being the sacrifice. It says, verse 5, and I looked and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me, and I would tread down the people in my anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I would bring down their strength to the earth. So the Lord is going to bring down these Edomites, their strength down to the earth. Like how the Lord brought down Pharaoh, he's going to do the same thing to these Edomites. So this is around the door. This is right around the door, right around the corner. It sure is. Let's see. Let's get verse 20, Isaiah 14:20. And like I said, it ain't going to be a long lesson. It says, and the winepress was trodden down without the city, and the blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs, and that's 200 miles of bloodshed. That's what's getting ready to happen. Lord will, this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, Shalom.